Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I made these Lightning McQueen and Mater cookies from the movie Cars by Disney. So stay tuned and I will show you how. Here are the things that I used. Some Cars icing decorations. I found these at AC Moore, but you can probably find them at any other party supply or craft store, or you can go online, eBay or Amazon. I will be using sky blue, black, brown, and leaf green food coloring by Wilton, some white roll icing, and a 3-inch round cookie cutter. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, to get started, I just suggest using an edible marker. It doesn't matter what color it is, it's going to be underneath the icing. But this will give you a guideline to show you where to stop with your icing for your road and then your background. Now, Lightning McQueen and Mater are facing the opposite directions. So in order to make this road look like they're coming from afar, you will need to taper the part where it looks like they're coming from to make it smaller, and the one closest to you make it thicker. So in his, well actually Mater's case, he is looking towards the left, so he is coming from far yonder. So we're gonna do the tapering part on your right because he is coming from far away and he's gonna come towards you, so this part has to be the thinner part. Now in Lightning McQueen's case, he is looking towards the right, so the tapered part is going to be in the left. I'm going to switch him around in a bit so you can see the difference. Right now it's upside down, but so in his case, he's looking towards the right. He is driving away from the left side, so the tapered part is going to be on your left, around midway of the cookie. So around here, just bring it in, and as you come down here, straighten it out, and you'll have a thicker part down here. So it kind of looks like an L, but also like a C here. So he is facing in that direction, so that's why these two are going to be different. Now you can do the lines all in the same direction, except for if you do that, for example, you will have Mater, it's going to look like he's going off into the distance instead of coming from it. So I'm going to turn this around. So this is what it's going to look like he's driving right in front of you and going off into the distance. And McQueen's case, he is coming from the distance and coming right in front of you. So either way, I'm going to flip this one around. And if you put them together, they look like they're about to meet. So they are coming from far yonder and coming towards the front. So that is my tip on how to get this road to look like almost three-dimensional, like if it's from far away. And this will give you plenty of room for your background, your scenery, which is going to make it look like it's also far away because of the angle that you have here. All right, guys, let's move on. Alright, so next step, I have here a black in the tip number 2, and as you can see, there's the right and the left with the tapering on different sides, so that's what I wanted to do. I prefer that way. And so just go ahead and fill this little crescent side at the bottom. So just go ahead and fill this bottom part. And you're going to let this dry for about an hour and a half, just so when you go in with your green, which is a lighter color, this darker color doesn't bleed into it. Alright, that's it. Like I said, I'm going to let these dry and then we can move on with the green. Alright, for our next step, I'm going to be drawing a line from the tapered part all the way to the other side. So just with an edible marker, just using one, and draw your little line right across. Now here I have some green in a tip number 2, and I have my little characters ready to go because these will be stuck onto that wet icing. I will add just a little bit at the bottom part here close to the wheels, just so they get attached to that black icing. Now do remember that since they are facing different directions, that you are putting the right character in the right side. So the tapered side will be on the right side, will be for Mater, and the one on the left will be for McQueen. Just remember that. So I'm just going to put these on the top here so I remember where they're going to go. So now I'm just going to go and fill this part in and then smooth it out. Alright, so after you've smoothed that icing out, grab your character and add just a little bit at the bottom, not too close to the edge or it'll seep out through the bottom, and then go ahead and add it right here in the middle. Just give it a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a push, and that is it. So you'll do that, and you're gonna let this dry for about an hour, just so it could dry really nice, and then we can go ahead and do our background. We're gonna probably start off with the blue. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest, and then I'll be back with that. Alright, now we're going to do the sky, and I have here a tip number 3 to help the icing flow a little bit faster, because we have almost half the cookie to fill out. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out and smooth it out and make sure that the ends, both ends here and here, are attaching and aligning to that green part there in order to keep this top part rounded. Alright, so as you see here, I did go further out here to make sure that that attaches and aligns to this green part in order to keep this edge rounded. Same here, because we want this to be a complete round picture. So that's as close as it's going to get on both edges. I'm going to continue on with the rest, give this about an hour or so to dry, and then I'm going to go on with my canyons. So I'm going to continue on with the rest. Alright guys, so now for the last parts of these cookies, I have the brown and the white in tip 1s, and you can dye this different colors. You can do it like a terracotta color, which is almost like a reddish brown, and the canyons tend to be that color, but I'm gonna stick with the brown, but you can do whatever color that you like. So these are super easy to make because they don't have to be perfect. They have different shapes, so luckily they're not like, you know, rectangular or square buildings where they have to be like perfectly straight. So just give them different shapes and different sizes, heights and stuff. And you can fit roughly around 3 of these. Just make sure that you pat them down so they can dry smoothly. I'm gonna do one more. And then after this we can do the clouds. And that's it for this cookie. So that's basically it for my background. Really easy. And now I'm going to take my white and I'm going to do around 4 little clouds. Again, different shapes. And that's about it. Okay, so pat this down. So that is it. So you basically will just do very similar designs to the rest of them and then just let them dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest, put them all together, and that'll be all. Alright guys, so I gave them some time to dry and they are done. So I hope you like how that turned out. I made these cookies for the first time about 2 years ago and I did the same scenery. And the reason why I chose to do some green here, even though I know that driving through Route 66, it's very dry and it's desert. And I didn't want to put too much brown or tan in here. I needed some color, so I decided to go with the green. So to make it, you know, more vivid and more colorful. So you can decide if you want to do more of a desert scene. You can just change the scenery altogether if you wish. But I wanted to stick with that Radiator Spring, Route 66, Arizona type look to it. But again, I wanted to add some color, so I went with some green. So anyways guys, I hope you liked this video and found this interesting. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching guys, and have a good one.